you? Hey, it's your friend Kim, and I want to come in and share with you your meal plan, your meal guide. I have emailed, messaged some of you meal guides saying that here are the foods to eat to gain muscle, to trade out fat for muscle. Some of you reached out to me and said, hey, yes, send me over that meal guide. I want a better understanding of how to trade out fat for muscle. And you know what? Anytime you start to eat differently, it can become overwhelming if you don't start out small. So you started out with a 3-day meal guide. It's simply a guide, no pressure. You looked on your grocery list, you went grocery shopping, you shopped for your list of foods. There was breakfast, lunch, and dinner on your list of foods. And today is day number 3, and I want to hear how it's going for you. Out of curiosity, what was your breakfast like on those 3 days? Any 3 days that you choose. You know, there's 5 days in a week, 7 days in a week. So you choose 3 days, whatever 3 days you wanted to choose. So today is day number 3, and I sent you out your day number 3 menu because you want to understand how you put these foods together, because when you're starting something new, you need an idea of what goes with what. And then you may look at the list or the menu and say, well, I don't really want beans in the morning. I prefer beans at lunch. Can you do that? Yeah, because this is your lifestyle. This is about making it more personable to you. It's a suggestion. It's not to make it restrictive, of course. It is to provide you with foods that's going to help your muscles repair after you work out. And so today's meal guide has Brussels sprouts on there, has eggs on there, has a smoothie, almond butter, chickpeas. You got a cucumber and tomato salad. It sounds so good. Tuna. You got steak on there, 4 ounces, Brussels sprouts, mashed cauliflower. Now you may say, well, how do you mash cauliflower? Well, it's simple. I don't know if you've eaten cauliflower in the frozen bag before, or if you purchased a head of cauliflower. Either way, you just boil the cauliflower and you mash it up. And it looks like mashed potatoes. It's really, really good. I made some once, and a lady even asked me if I would make her some, and I did. She's a friend of mine, so I made her some and I took it to her. So I'm encouraging you to continue on using this meal guide when you want to trade out fat for muscle. Now, here's the deal. And this is the magical question I get asked so many times, so much, and I'm sure I'm going to get asked that question this weekend. What do you do to get rid of belly fat? And this is probably going to be, I'm moving away from so much belly fat, especially for women in our age, but I'm going to answer your question. And I'm going to answer their question too. And so my question for them would be, out of curiosity, what have you done before in the past? What have you done in the past? And they'll probably say some things like, well, I've eaten low-fat foods. I've eaten low-carb foods. I've tried keto. I've tried running. I've tried walking. I've tried working out 4 days a week, 5 days a week. I said, okay, well, keep going. I've stopped drinking alcohol. I've let sweets go. And I'll ask them this question. Well, you know, out of curiosity, out of all of those things you shared with me, what matters most? What mattered the most? And then I'll wait on the response. Because belly fat is just fat, right? It is the first place that fat is stored on men and women. And in order for fat to leave this area, fat has to leave other parts of your body first. And we don't decide you don't get to decide where fat leaves. You don't get to decide where it leaves first. So you have to keep working. And you have to stay in a calorie deficit or a food deficit long enough to see change. And so most people stay in these deficits a week. And they stand in the mirror and look at themselves and say, I don't see any changes. Well, it's only been 5 days. That's not long enough, dear. That is not long enough. No, that is not long enough. You need a deficit of at least 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks. You say, Kim, that is a really long time. Yes, it is. So I say this. The reason why you have a coach is to provide you with information. Just imagine what you would feel like and look like in those 8 weeks. You say, well, that's going to be hard to stick to it. I hear you. Yeah, absolutely. I get that. What matters most to you? Because losing fat is like dipping water out of a pool, out of your bathtub. You fill the pool up. Now you want to take the water out. You fill your bathtub up, and now you want to take the water out. You take a bucket and you dip some water out. You look at the tub. Did the water come from the top of the tub or the bottom of the tub? The same thing happens with fat loss and muscle gain. When you begin to lose body fat, you don't know where it's coming from. But here's how you can tell. Because you said, well, Kim, I want to know if I'm moving in the right direction. How can you tell change is happening? Because you don't want to keep dipping water and you don't know change is happening. I understand that. So let me tell you how change is happening. You want to take pictures. You want to get some measurements. And here's how. Here's a surefire way that you can tell change is happening. Your clothes fit differently. Your clothes fit differently. Inches is a sure, certain way that change is happening. What most people do is they jump on the scale and the weight goes up and down. Because if you drink something, your weight is going to go up because of the volume that you've added to your body. You don't drink anything and you jump on the scale that morning, the weight is down. That's how it works. You put water in the tub, it goes up. You let water out, it goes down. So overnight, you've lost water through your breathing, respiration. You've lost water. You use the bathroom, water comes out. That's weight. Weight goes up and down. Fat loss is different. Fat loss is different because your body looks different. You may not lose but 2 or 3 pounds, but your body looks different. So in order for your body to look different, you got to give your body something different. And that is the reason we provided you with a meal guide. So you have a smoothie on your meal guide today. Brussels sprouts, tuna, steak, whey protein, right? Almond butter. Can you use liquid protein? You can. You can use the 16 or 12 ounce carton of protein. You can. You can use a protein shake. Mix it all together. You can. Yeah, you can. You can do that. So I'm excited to hear what you have to say about your 3 days, right? I had a lady last night ask me about fiber and going to the bathroom. Going to the bathroom is a part of your digestion. It is the last part of your digestion. It is the elimination part of your digestion. So by the time you reach elimination, the foods have been absorbed in your body. Okay? And so bloating is not body fat. Bloating is simply bloating. I can eat a lot of Brussels sprouts and I can become bloated, but that's not body fat. So here's what I recommend you do. You start to track. Are you tracking weight? Are you tracking measurements? Are you tracking pictures? What are you tracking? How do you know you're making progress? You have an app to help you to track. And if you don't understand something, you have a resource. You have a coach. You've hired a professional to help you make it to the next stop. Right? Yes, you have. Yes, 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 you have. All right. We are down. Week 1 is down in the build phase. We have 4 weeks. We are headed into week number 2, starting on Monday. Stay faithful, y'all. Hey, stay fit. And you stay motivated over the weekend. Stay motivated over the weekend.